And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got Major League Baseball on a Tuesday night. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Athletics. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain it.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set. And on the hill in this one, Mitch Spence. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boog, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Willie Adames stands in. Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And that's another stolen base for the league leader. No outs. Runner on second. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Needless to say, this is an aggressive lineup. They've drawn fewer walks than any other team in the league.
Boom. I didn't walk very much, but I'll tell you what, it drives me a little.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning.
Sometimes.
And we're back. And on the hill in this one, Cal Quantrill. What do you got on him, Chris?
Yeah, and his whip tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So, taking the mound, this is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
And time now to check out the A's lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Caught him looking for the K. End of one. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started, and now it's Dalton Varsho. Broken bat, and it's popped up. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Today, a significant day in Major League Baseball. It is Lou Gehrig Day throughout the majors as we honor one of the greatest players in the history of the game, and as well, we raise awareness for ALS. That's the disease that claimed Lou Gehrig's life back on June 2nd, 1941. Right back to him on the mound. Handles, throws to first. 2 up, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Now, Alejandro Kirk. On the ground. Oh, great stop. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that skips into dirt. Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And Boog, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most players are swinging at pitches up there, but we may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual.
And a foul ball. And it remains 2-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Top half of the third inning. Here's the third baseman, Addison Barger. Here's a 1-1. Up the middle, Geloff. Fires over to first. And one away in the top of the third. Cooper Bowman, the next to hit. Liner caught at second.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Wilson makes the play, and that is that. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Fires over to Guerrero. Leadoff man retired here in the third. Next up for the A's, Brian De La Cruz. Line drive. And there's a base hit to right field. So a man aboard now with one away. Now it's the rookie first baseman. Quantrill ready to fire now. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
Now the third baseman, Harry Averill. Bowman snags it, and that's the inning. And we're back as we go to the top of the fourth. Now at the plate, Willie Adames. Next pitch in for a strike, and the count is filled up. In the air, right side. Rooker makes the grab, one away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. One down, base is empty. Way out front for strike two.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Hard ground ball, base knock. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
This one smoked, could be trouble. Guerrero around second, headed for third. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. He'll score. The Blue Jays take the lead. 1-0.
Picks himself up at RBI. That was exactly what you're looking to do with the pitch away, especially in that situation. Drive it into the opposite field gap. He got himself 2 bags on a great swing of the bat.
Man at second. Goes down looking.
Oh, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position in 2 strikes. Just put the ball in place somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Liner, base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at-bat. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
And that one is lifted in the air and makes the grab. And that is that. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. And midway in the fourth, Blue Jays. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Jacob Wilson. Got him swinging.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Schneider makes the grab on the run. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Lede. And there's one down. Cooper Bowman next up for the Blue Jays. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Out number 2. So the batting order turns over. And next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. Out to center. Lede. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. The next pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
You know, these A's, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
This is J.J. Bleday, and there's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Zach Geloff up next for the A's. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. Lede, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Another 1-2.
Ball 2.
Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. And now the first baseman, Quantrill, back to work. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Checks his swing, now would appeal to third. And he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning.
A couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Seth Martinez.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The shortstop takes the ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses, and now it's 3-2.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
High fly ball out towards left field. Back there. Going, gone. His 11th of the year. It's 3-0. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Hit in the air, right field. Rooker makes the grab, 1 down. Anthony Santander at the plate. 1 out, base is empty. And he grounds one to the right side. Geloff. That's the second out.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a ball popped up. Wilson. And that is that. Toronto extends the lead on the solo shot. Bottom of the 6th. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Kerry Averill. Next up for the A's, Jacob Wilson. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Varsho hauls it in, and there's one away. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Gets him to chase after that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. Averill leads off first with 1 away. Hit on the ground might be 2. Off balance feet, there's 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning ending double. Pitching change here, Grant Holman.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's a 2-2. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Langoliers hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. The 1-1. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Late on that fastball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And Captain Kirk goes down on strikes.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider, tried to sit in between, just not able to put the bat on the ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Blue Jays set for the last half of the 7th. And here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers. On the ground, right side. Guerrero the toss to first. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Trevor Larnach. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Quantrill ahead 1-2. Swings and misses. That's his 9th strikeout so far. J.J. Bleday up next for the A's. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Schneider sizes this one up, and that'll do it. Brady Basso gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Not having a lot of success against right-handed hitters. They've been hitting him around, so this next matchup might be tough for him.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Makes the grab, and there's 1 away.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Up the middle, on the run, sends it over to first. In time, got him.
Impressive backhand stop, but he had a little trouble getting rid of it and had to take that extra step, which could have cost him. But good job to make sure he got a good handle on it, and he got off a good, strong throw to still get the out.
Line drive, base hit. And that extends the inning. And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now snap throw to first. And he's back in easily. ground ball left side, and it stays fair. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
Back-to-back base hits. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to.
Bit of strategy here. They issue the intentional walk, and that'll set up a force play at any base. And here is Dalton Varsho. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. And we're back. Bottom of the eighth. Here's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. Fought off foul. Right side, hard hit. Slings to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the eighth. Brian De La Cruz now at the plate. This one chopped up the middle. Fires to first on the run, and they get the out.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
And that one finds its way through, and that keeps the inning alive. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Kerry Averill. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And base hit. And now two aboard.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
And now the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. Outside. And that's ball two.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
In the dirt. But no advance from the runners. And that'll load the bases.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today. A's threaten, but leave them loaded. They trail it here 3-0. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Michel Otoñez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Movement in the bullpen. J.P. Sears appears to be getting loose. Ashcraft warming up as well. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you did right there.
2 down, bases empty. Addison Barger next up. For the Blue Jays. So now pitch hitter for the Blue Jays, Adam Frazier, looking for a 2-out spark with the bases empty. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. Ground ball to the right side. Geloff whips it to first, and the inning is over. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
He's got some of the best swing and miss stuff going right now. He's striking out hitters at a very high rate this year, so this should be fun to watch.
Guerrero takes it to the bag, 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Jump throw on the money. Nice play. The Athletics down to their last out. And now the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. Swings through that. Hoffman is just 1 strike away. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The Athletics trailing by 3 here in the last half of inning number 9. Just misses with that one.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this.
That's hard hit on the line. Fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there. Down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Athletics. Well, Singy's trying to match the stellar performance by yesterday's starter. Looking forward to seeing what he's got today.
His teammate was lights out, Boog, in total command all game long. If he brings that same intensity again.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And on the hill, Luis Severino. What's the word on him?
Well, you know this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your own individual stats, and you have to go out there and attack and try to get that W. And if you do that, you'll look up, and most likely that ERA will have dropped over time.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-1.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
And that is out of play. Runner at first with no outs here. Runner on the go. Now he breaks his back. Throws to first in time, and they get Adames for the out. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's 1-0. Anthony Santander at the plate. Ripped on a line. Lede right there to make the grab. And there's 2 down. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. 2 outs. This one in the air center field. Lede on the move. And that'll do it. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. Back here with my pal Singy, and towing the slab, Zach Gallen. And Singy, that may be his name, but the strikeout is his game.
Well, Boog, I can tell you've been working on that one, but yes, you are right. This guy's strikeout per 9, over 11. I mean, that's just getting it done. There are a lot of strikeouts in that other lineup, and when you look at what he's able to do, man, it's going to be a fun one to watch today.
1-2.
And the pitch. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just couldn't catch up on the low 90s fastball right there, and that's a result of a good job of changing speeds. Off-speed pitch on the one before, then sped him up. Pitchers that don't throw real hard have to rely on location.
Now that's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. A's go quickly and quietly there, and it remains 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Now here is Adam Frazier. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
2 outs, base is empty. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays.
1 ball.
2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he set. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the second, and now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. And strike 2.
1-2.
Next offering way off the plate. Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack. Sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable.
Jimenez, throw to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second. And that drops in for a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
And that one is lifted in the air. Frazier on his way over. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. This is J.J. Bleday.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
And that one in the air, center field. Varsho makes the play, and that's the 3rd out. Back to the mound, he's got it. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. Here's Andres Jimenez. 1 out, base is empty. Popped in the air, left field. Corrals it. That's out number 2. Willie Adames stands in. And now 1 and 2.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the inning, and the batter now, Zach Geloff. Fastball for a strike.
1-2.
Fights that one away, still 1 and 2. And a swing and a miss, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Now the A's designated hitter, Brian De La Cruz. Late on that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a change.
And makes the play, and that's out number 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Slice to right. Rooker makes the grab, and there's 1 away. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Anthony Santander. Swings through that one. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Foul ball, still a 1 and 2 count. Severino.
Ball.
Hard hit, right side. Gets it to first.
He's out.
2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. 2 down, bases empty. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. On the ground, right side. Over to first. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. And we're back. Bottom 4. Here's the third baseman, Kerry Averill. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Varsho after it. Hauls it in for the out. So up next, Jacob Wilson. On the corner for a strike. And the count 1-2. The A's hitless so far in the game. On the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ripped on the ground to second. Fires over to Guerrero. And he is thrown. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's Adam Frazier. High fly ball down the left field line. Larnach makes the grab, 1 away. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And they have their first hit since the 1st inning. In steps the man they call Captain Kirk. Runner on the go. This one in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher. And he steals second base without a throw. The 2-1. Hit on the ground to short. Wilson. Throw to first in time. Davis Schneider will hit next. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
That one down the line, and that's just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fly ball down the line. This one looks like trouble. Coming home. He'll score easily.
Gotta love the resiliency shown in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. He really let that ball travel on the outside part of the plate, but that's a great example that you can still drive the baseball that's away. Rip that one down the line for the double.
Tosses to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. The Jays push across a run on this double. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Swing and a miss.
1-2.
Swing and a ground ball. And it goes just foul. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
You know, varying speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
And that wasn't even close. Ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game. Next up for the A's, J.J. Bleday. That one fouled off. And there's a fly ball deep right field. Going back on this one. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Now it's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Adames the throw to first. 2 out. Now it's going to be Brian De La Cruz. Man at second. And a swing and a miss. Inning over, and it could have been worse. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. In the air, right field, Rooker makes the catch for the out. One down. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the sweeper misses. The A's bullpen has some movement. Grant Holman preparing to come on if needed. Martinez also getting ready. Hard hit left side. Zips it to first.
He's out.
And Guerrero is set down. 2 outs, base is empty. Anthony Santander digs in now. Swung on, belted. That's back there. And out of here. A towering shot to center. His 22nd homer of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 3-1.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately.
Brady Basso gets the call from the pen. He's into the game with the bases empty. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays, and that's ball 4.
Take your base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Foul tip, but he hangs on for strike 3. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 3-1 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now, number 8. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Flashes the leather on the running catch. 1 up, 1 down. Kerry Averill the next to hit.
Now, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Next to hit, Jacob Wilson. On the ground to third. Throws across the diamond. That's out number 3. So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Seth Martinez. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. That one ripped. In one, hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And now it's going to be Alejandro Kirk. Hit on the ground to short. Throws to first. Out. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. Next offering is fouled back. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Center field. Lede under it. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. Stepping in, Andres Jimenez. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Ground ball right side. And that chance handled. Whips it to first on the run. In time. Got him. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Ripped to short. Throws to first in time.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Headed towards the corner. Frazier tracks it down for the out. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Grant Holman. Willie Adames getting ready to hit. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the slider just misses.
Well, these Blue Jays, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've launched 6 hits at 90+ exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
Fired to second, and he'll keep it for just the one.
Now batting, designated hitter, MLB, Santander.
Slides, but he can't come up with it. Guerrero around second, headed for third. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Larnach settles under it and makes the catch. Runner tags for home. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score, and they take a 3-run lead. And now the right fielder, Adam Frazier. In the dirt.
1-2.
Grounds one to short. They get the force, and that will end the inning. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Jimmy Garcia. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh. And that one ripped to left, and foul ball.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
So digging in, Zach Geloff. Sneaks through, base hit. Runner on at first with one gone. Brian De La Cruz. Oh, now this one gets way at the plate. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Heads up base running right there.
Geloff, the runner at second with one away. And there's a foul ball. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Smoked on the ground to second. Jimenez throw to first. 2 away.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jake Bird.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Braxton Ashcraft up and loosening in the pen. Sears getting loose as well. That's out to center field. Hauls it in for the out.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
That one to first. Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2. 2 down, base is empty. And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1-2.
The other way. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they go back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
He's 2 outs away. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. 1 down, base is empty. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Athletics. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll, and towing the slab here, Jesus Luzardo. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, no doubt about it. He's going to have to put together some consistently good performances in order to bring that ERA down. Now, he's got good stuff. He's just got to be able to have confidence, trust it, and really go after hitters, not nibble. Trust that his stuff can have late life and miss barrels of bats.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Lede in position. Puts it away for the out. 2 down. 2 outs. Base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Anthony Santander at the plate. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Squeezes it, and that is that. Back here with my pal Singy. Starting on the mound in this one, Bowden Francis. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Tosses to first. 1 out in the second. Here's Adam Frazier. In the air, left field, down the line. Larnach makes the grab, and there's 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Ground ball up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw comes in too late, and the defense comes away with nothing. So, man aboard. Now it's the right fielder, Davis Schneider. That one the other way. Rooker makes the play, and that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now Shea Langoliers. And now 2-2. Francis was recently named pitcher of the month for some outstanding work on the mound. That missed by a lot. And it's 3-2.
No question that he earned that pitcher of the month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those and you can expect some other hardware on the mantle. I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Here's Trevor Larnach. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. They must be going crazy in the dugout. And just like that, they're out front. It's 2-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results.
And that is in there for a strike. I believe that's the split. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Kirk to first. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Brian De La Cruz up next for the A's. Outside, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the...
Meanwhile, this pitch gets away. And that is the inning. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Up the middle, Wilson. Tosses to first, and 1 away in the top of the third. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. And now, Ernie Clement. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Makes the grab, 2 down. Willie Adames stands in. 2 down, nobody on. Lifted in the air, right field. Rooker. He's got it, and that'll do it. Francis winds and deals. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Varsho makes the grab, and there's 1 down. And the batter will be the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the air, center field. And it's caught for the out. And the batter now, Brent Rooker. And a swing and a miss.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. And we're back. Start of the 4th. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a miss.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
In the dirt. On to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1 out, bases empty. Hard hit to third. Tosses across to first, and there's 2 away. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. 1-1 now. Swing and a miss as he was out front. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. And right back to the mound. On to first. And he has thrown 4 shutout. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now here is Shea Langoliers. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Make it 7 strikeouts for him. And now here is Trevor Larnach. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. On the ground, Adames in plenty of time to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. This is J.J. Bleday. And that's downstairs. And that's ball 2. Hit hard on the ground to short. Jump throw across his body. What a play. Inning over. That's a strike. Headed towards the corner. Larnach makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Back to the mound. It hit him. Still able to get it there in time. And they do get the out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do.
Braxton Ashcraft is forced to the mound after the injury.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year. Typically at least 1 an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Swing and a miss as he gets him to chase upstairs. To third, Averill. Zips it across, and that is the 3rd out. Zach Geloff now at the plate. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. An absolute smash to left. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
Base is empty, one away. And here's the first baseman. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And that just misses.
2-2.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Kirk to first, gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout. Kerry Averill will hit next. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. The A's get one on this homer as the A's are on top. And we're back. All set for the top of the 6th. At the plate, Cooper Bowman. Right through there for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Michel Otañez getting loose out there. Bird also throwing. That one not close. 3-2 now. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything.
Oh, and now a wild pitch. Throw to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike. Nice job behind the plate there.
No, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it.
Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to third. Save.
That's the ball.
One away with a runner at third. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Swing and a drive, deep right field. And that's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back. And caught on the warning track. No runs, no base hits, no errors, and a runner left. 2, 3, 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the A's 3 and the Jays nothing. Back at the ballpark, and in this series it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. That misses the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Bounce to the right side. Guerrero. The flip to the pitcher covering. One away, bottom of the 6th. So up next, Brent Rooker. Up the middle. Fires over to Guerrero. 2 up, 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Next up for the A's, Shea Langoliers. Strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days.
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Designated hitter Anthony Santander.
Swing and a ground ball. Dives and he can't hang on. The throw is late and they can't get the out.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Into the outfield, base hit.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. And maybe they've got something going here. Trying to
Geloff fires to second for one. On the first, out, double play. Just got it there in time.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single. It's 3-1.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Base knock center field. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Digging in, Cooper Bowman. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's a base hit. Here comes the throw. And he's out.
Yeah, you're out.
Touchdown, and that ends the inning. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Taylor Rogers.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Frazier makes the grab, 1 down. Next up for the A's, J.J. Bleday, and he's already left his mark on this game.
He certainly has, Boog. A 2-run shot in the 2nd inning, and that made an early impact on this game in a big way.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Zach Geloff up next for the A's. And that misses. And a count 2-1. Late with the swing there.
No, he's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 2 outs, base is empty. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Michel Otoñez.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
That's to third. Sends it across to first. First out in the top of the 8th. Willie Adames next up for the Blue Jays. There's the swing and a miss.
Bringing the cheese on that
one. The Jays down by a pair, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Anthony Santander. And a ground ball to first, and a foul ball. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. Guerrero off of first with 2 away. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. He makes the grab, and that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Paul Sewald.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And here's the first baseman. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs. Kerry Averill, the next, swings through it for the K, and he strikes out the side. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Orion Kerkering.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less.
Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
One down, base is empty. And that's a base hit. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. With the tying run at the plate here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. Runner around third. He'll score.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. Thought about third there, but throws on the brakes. 2 away now. So it's their last chance in this one. Here's the second baseman, Cooper Bowman. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Here comes the throw, but it's offline. He will score. It's 3-3.
That's a big-time clutch performance move. Top of the ninth.
So they turn things over to the righty, Jake Bird.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
Runner on the move. Strike in there. Throw. Save. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed, but can get an
up the middle. Tosses to first. And that is that. So a 9th inning comeback here. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Eric Swanson.
And he's been fantastic this year. Really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
And that'll fall for a base hit. No outs. Runner at first. Brent Rooker getting ready to hit. Swings and misses.
1-2.
And the count 1-2.
If you're a base runner.
Quick feed to second for 1, and that's 2.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Adames, the throw to first. That's the 3rd out. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to extra innings. And now for the Jays, Willie Adames. Pickoff move to second, and he's back in on a dive.
You know, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release play.
1-2, the count.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that one goes straight to the backstop. Adames up to second. Runner at third holds, so both runners are now in scoring position. On the ground to short. Wilson. Throw home. Not in time. The run scores. It's 4-3. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. On the ground, could be two. There's one. How about that double play? Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Adames at third with two away. Right side, hard hit. The throw to first. They limit the damage here. We're back, and on the mound is the now the left fielder, Trevor Larnach. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
All season long, he's racked up a number of saves, and sometimes the adrenaline doesn't get high enough until there's a runner or two on base.
Out to short, fires over to Guerrero, and they're down to their last out. Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a one-run ball game.
Well, this is a big win on the road and going extras into 10. So hard to pull those out, but I think this team did a great job of keeping the crowd out of the ball game.
Coming to you live from Southern California, it's Major League Baseball on a Friday night. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Angels. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. Getting the nod in this one, Caden Dana.
Yeah, I want to see how he handles left-handed hitters in this lineup today, because coming in, lefties are batting over 300 on the year against him. So he's going to have to figure something out to get inside, keep them from getting their arms extended, and then once conscious of the inside pitch, be able to go with something away and finish them off. Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough. And
runner takes off. There's a ball.
1 strike.
And that's a stolen base, not even close. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. Pickoff moved to second, and he's back in there. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. Back-to-back singles. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Couple of singles back-to-back. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. To second, there's one. Back to first, and that is a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. That's ball 4.
Nope.
Tried another
Ball
fastball, but missed the spot.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. Back in Anaheim. And on the mound in this one, Nick Martinez. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, it hasn't been a great year so far in terms of ERA, but he's had some decent games, and there have been some flashes of greatness, if you will. We'll see today if he's able to get ahead of hitters and perhaps get some swings and misses, put himself in a position to bring that ERA down, because you know in the back of his mind, beyond the W.
Runner on the go. In the dirt, blocked. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Looks like they're trying to answer back on that run they gave up in the top of the first by being aggressive on the base paths. I like that, especially early in this ball game. Be aggressive while you can and see if it leads to some type of big inning.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Struck him out looking.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and did
strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about.
That one is absolutely belted. And an automatic double as it hops the fence. As a run scores.
Well, everyone is thinking, Ed, would the runner have scored from first if the ball stayed in the park? We'll never know, but they do get a run across with a chance to do more damage in the inning.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Tied up here in the early going. On the ground right side. He steps on the bag, and that'll keep more runs from coming. Back here at Angel Stadium, top of the second, and now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Sends it to first, and quickly one away in the second. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
And here is Addison Barker. Handles, throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across here this half. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. All tied 1-1. And we're back. Now, Nolan Schanuel. Swings through that.
Oh, that's a real nice cutter right there. I mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue to command it on that side of the plate.
Here's a 1-2. Hit on the ground to the right side. He'll do it himself. 1 up, 1 down. And next for the Angels, Zach Neto. And here it comes. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Schneider snags it for the second out. Here's Joe Adell. And it remains 2-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. Ripped on the ground to second. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. So the lineup flips over. Here's Andres Jimenez. 1 down, base is empty. On the ground to the left. Fair ball. It's in and out of his glove. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull into second safely.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Willie Adames stands in. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he's up to third safely with 2 gone. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. In the air, right field. Trout pulls it in on the run. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Now batting Tyler Wade. Out towards left center. Adames makes the catch. And that quickly 2 away. Here's Mike Trout. Swing and a miss. Go Chris through the early stages. He hasn't been very efficient.
3.
Oh, that's a strikeout. And that'll do it for the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the 4th. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. Got him swinging.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Swing and a ball ripped right field. And that one back, and that one is gone. It's his 8th home run of the year. It's 2-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run. Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
On the ground, out to short. And they put the tag on him for the out.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. 2 outs. Hit in the air, left field. Adele going after it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. And this is now a 2. Fouled off down the right side.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
That misses. Now 2-2. Hard hit left side. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
1 ball.
1 out,
2
base
strikes.
is empty. That's towards center. Varsho settles underneath it. Makes the grab for the second out. Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Angels. Two down, nobody on. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So no run. Here's a 1-1. Now fly ball to right center. Trout makes the catch, and there's 1 away. And now the right fielder, Alan Roden. This one lifted in the air, left field. Nabs it, and there's 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup. Now here is Andres Jimenez. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Lined, and that's a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting, first base.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. This to third. That ends the frame. Blue Jays ready to go for the last half of the inning. So in now for the Angels, Nolan Shotwell. That one way outside. Now 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
No outs. Runner at first. Zach Neto, the next to hit for the Angels. And ball 4, 2 aboard. First and second, no outs. And next for L.A., Joe Adele. In the air on the infield. And the infield fly is called. Now it's the second baseman, Philip Davenport.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Varsho sizing this one up. 2 down. And next for the Angels, Tyler Wade. Swings through that one.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strike.
Now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Connor Brogdon.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And he can't come up with it. And it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. He went deep back in the 4th. A pretty important swing of the bat in this ball game.
Yeah, Boogie, he didn't waste any time. He jumped all over that pitch and saw it the entire way. You talk about squaring it up. He didn't miss a stitch on the baseball.
And that one is lifted in the air. Adele calls it in, 2 away. And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. Out to short. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score it. So a man at first. Next to hit, Alejandro Kirk. Out to short. Neto. The underhand flip, and it beats him. What a play. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's Trout. And a count 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog. Get back on track. His team needs him.
High fly ball down the left field line. That one's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. Here's the Angels catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. Late on that fastball. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 8 strikeouts. New pitcher in the game for the Angels, Brock Burke.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Addison Barger digs in now. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that'll get down for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. And that's off the inside edge. 3-2 now. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That one hurts right there, as they couldn't take care of the bottom of the order to start this inning. You turn the lineup over. Now this inning's set up to be something big for this offense.
Bunting, and he pops it up. He's got it. 1 away. So digging in, Willie Adames. Two on, 1 out. And a base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will hit next. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Makes the grab. All 3 runners tagging up.
They had a chance to add to their lead right there, and they did with the sac fly. Nice job of getting it done. Really good execution with that at bat.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Anthony Santander at the plate. And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get an out.
That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Zach Jackson.
Well, he's got electric stuff coming out of the pen. His strikeout rate, though, is through the roof so far this season.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And here's the first baseman, Nolan Shonwell. And strike 2.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game. I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Two outs. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the seventh. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Hans Kraus.
And he's had a really hard time throwing strikes so far this season. His walk rate is up there among the worst in the league for relievers.
On the ground right side. Throws to first in time. And a quick out, number one. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. On the ground to third. Makes the sliding stop. Throw to first, and that's a great play for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Base hit, center field. So a two-out knock keeps the inning alive. Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. Oh, right to the backstop. And now a man into scoring position. Runner at second, two down. Left field. Ward. He's there. He's got it. And that's the third. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Jimmy Garcia. He last pitched 2 days ago. Now one miss.
This is the type of hitter his club wants at the plate, especially playing from behind. He's hoping to start a rally right here.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. And here is Philip Davenport. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swing and a miss, struck him out. One away.
Oh, I think he was waiting on the changeup right there, and he got it. It just drifted.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and that was not close. With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom half of the eighth inning. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. Safe, and they trail by one. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Runner on the go, and that one lifted in the air, center field. Brings it in, and there are two outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. Wade leads off first with two down to the inning.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with two outs to score that run from first.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. But the RBI single pushes across a run. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Robert Stevenson.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Back to the top of the order now. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez. In the air, left field. Ward pulls it down, and there's one down. Willie Adames next up for the Blue Jays. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Adele moving back on it. Way back, out of here. So he blasts one out the other way, and they add a run. It's 4-2.
A little more breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Now the batter now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Neto whips it across, and Guerrero is set down. 2 outs, base is empty. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Anthony Santander. And 1-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of his zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Two down, base is empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the ninth. That one way inside.
2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Back there, and it's into the bullpen for a homer. He muscles that one out the opposite way. It's their 2nd home run of the inning. It's 5-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun.
Jack Kachanowicz comes on now.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And now Dalton Varsho up the middle, and it's through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. Now before the 1-1 time is called. Pinch hitter coming on, Adam Frazier. The runner on first with 2 gone for him. And a swing and a miss there. Varsho, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. And it falls. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the 2-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Line drive. Trap makes the play, and that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Taylor Rogers.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
He's 2 outs away. Taylor Ward now at the plate. The Blue Jays trying to close out a 3-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. So in now for the Angels, Nolan Schanuel.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with a quick free pass.
Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. Zach Neto the next to hit for the Angels. Swing and a chopper out to short. Boots it around third. He'll score easily.
Just a huge at bat right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And now the winning run is on base.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win. At risk of walking in a big run here, and these fans really letting him hear it as well.
Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him. Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Oh, and this one gets away. But all the runners hold. The winning run on second base. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 2-2 now. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Got him swinging for the K. Angels with only 1 out left. And now batting, Mike Trout. Lifted to left, and this should do it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays strand the go-ahead run to hold on for the win.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum.
Now from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Angels. Dinger alert, Singy. This guy's gone yard more than anyone in the league so far.
Yeah, Boog, I've had this one marked on my calendar all week. He changes games with 1 swing.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. Today's starting pitcher, Jose Soriano. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you know, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Willie Adames stands in. Here's the pitch to Adames. Grounder might be 2. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. First and second, no outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Cracks his bat and pops him up. Squeezes it, and that is a big first out. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Anthony Santander at the plate. This one bashed to left center. On its way, and that one's out of here. He circles the bases, his second homer of this series, and now they're out front. It's 3-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. That one ran inside, almost got him. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Adele pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Here's Adam Frazier.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that keeps the inning alive. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Swing and a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Not close with that one. Ball 2.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And the righty deals to the right side, and that one handled. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 3-run shot for the Jays this inning. It's back here with my pal Singy, and on the mound now, Matt Waldron. What do you look for here?
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club, and coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
2 down, bases empty, and next for LA, Taylor Ward.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Offense held it back in Anaheim, and now the catcher comes up to him. Dalton rushing. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
On the ground, right side. To first, 1 up, 1 down.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Here's Andres Jimenez. One out, bases empty. Hit on the ground to short. Neto on the run, throw to first. Nicely done for the out.
Oh, nice job by the shortstop to field that on the backhand and gather himself, get his feet underneath him. He had a long throw, but he knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure the grip, and finish the throw.
Davenport whips it to first, and the Blue Jays go down 1-2. Back here at Angel Stadium, bottom of the second. Jorge Soler up at the plate. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. High fly ball out to left field. Schneider under it. Hauls it in for the out. 1 down. Now at the plate, Logan O'Hoppe. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Now a jump throw. It's there, and that's a great play. 2 outs, base is empty. Nolan Shanuel getting ready to hit. 2 outs, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Smoked on the ground a second. Slings to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Anthony Santander. One down, base is empty. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And it falls. And that keeps the inning going. Now it's the right fielder, Adam Frazier. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Adele puts it away, and that is that. As we go to the last of the third. So in now for the Angels, Zach Neto.
2-2.
And down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. So up next, Ryan Noda. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, obviously the knuckleball, it's not a pitch designed to blow by hitters, but you'll see this every once in a while. You give up on that pitch at the plate, and then the last moment it darts back into the strike zone, and you're just not ready to get a swing.
Jimenez throw to first. Angels retired 1-2-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Ernie Clement. And a swing and a miss.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
And Kenny Jansen punches him out. That's a strikeout. And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. And he grounds one to the right side. Davenport. Over to first. Out. 2 quick outs here at the top of the fourth. Dalton Rushing digs in now. Swing and a high fly ball left field. And that'll do it. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Philip Davenport. Check swing, called strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That to right. Frazier makes his way towards it, and that's a fair ball. And next for the Angels, Tyler Wade. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Varsho racing over to make the catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
The 1-2. Hammers that one deep left field, and forget it. That should put a jolt into this home crowd. His 9th homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-2. So 1 out, nobody on. Jorge Soler, the next to hit for the Angels. In the air, foul off first. Guerrero makes the catch. Out number 2. Here's the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting a swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. The 1-1. Line drive, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Swings through that.
Big-time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
And a seed into center. That's a base hit, and that extends the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now Anthony Santander. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. So that's two straight two-out hits. Now the Angels manager, they turn things over to the southpaw, Brock Burke.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Swing and a miss and a slider. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Headed for the plate. The throw in. Tag. Safe. Not in time. Safe. It's 4-2. First and second. Two outs. Adam Frazier will hit next. Swing and a ground ball. And that one finds its way through. Runner from second scores as they add on. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 3. So 2 down. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Fly ball center field. Adele moves under it. He makes the grab, and that is that. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling. Splits the plate. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
He goes down looking. So digging in, Zach Neto. Next offering is in for a strike. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
That one finds the zone, and a full count now.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two, is bonus.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it. Back in Anaheim, now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Activity in the bullpen. Hans Kraus getting ready to go. Brogdon warming up as well. On the ground. Tosses to first. Barely got him for the out. Close play. Singing, it was tough to tell in live action if the ball actually beat him. And it looks like they want. And now it's going to be Dalton rushing inside. And it's 2-1. And that's outside. Here's a rocket out to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss. That's strike two.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
Line drive. Dives to the bag. Got him. Double play. Bottom of the sixth. Now it's going to be Joe Adell. Ripped, but it curls foul. Got him looking with the knuckler for strike three.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. Out to short. Not in time. He legs it out. So up next, Tyler Wade. Going to count 1-2. Davenport stands at first with one out. Popped up left side. Adames. And there are two down. And next for LA, Taylor Ward. Got him looking. That's his 9th strikeout so far. Angels. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Connor Brogdon. Now it's the shortstop, Willie Adames. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. And a base hit into right center field.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
In the dirt, but kept close to second, but way too late. Safe there. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. And now the DH, Anthony Santander. Squirts away a little bit.
1-2.
To third. Tag. Got it. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And good work there as he gets a 1-2. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, and out number 1 on the grab.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrating with himself until his next at bat.
Well, no surprise with this decision to delay the game. The rain is here, and it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. And we're going to have to sit tight, Chris.
Yep, Hoog, I don't see a break in the storm coming anytime soon, and I've got my $4.99 weather app, which is pretty trusty, and the radar says it's going to stay this way for at least another hour. So if that's the case, get ready for some new pitchers to take the mound when we get back.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Varsho after it. They got it for out number 2. So in now for the Angels, Nolan Shanuel. Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Paul Sewald.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Victor Gonzalez.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. This one in the air, center field. Adele moves under it, and he makes the catch. And there's one away. Adam Frazier next up for the Blue Jays. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that one fouled off. One down, base is empty. And they'll do it again. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
Pitch misses there. It's 2-2. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at-bat alone. Really making him work out there.
Next pitch misses, and it's 3-2.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. The 1-1 is fouled off. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Ward sizes this one up. And that's the 3rd out. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Angel Bastardo.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Hit in the air, center field. And there's one down. Ryan Noda, the next to hit. Foul ball. The Halos trailing by 3. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Man, he got a real good pitch to hit right there with 2 strikes. You cannot miss that. Not a great slider at all. And I tell you what, that's where you've got to do damage. He looked like he was on time getting the bat through the zone, but he just caught air.
2 down, nobody on. Cut on and miss, struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3 down. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Hans Kraus. And this is appearance number 45. The 1-1. Swing and a foul out of play. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that turns the lineup over. Andres Jimenez now at the plate. And that's fouled off. On the ground right side, 4, 6, but no throw to first as he'll hold on to it.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Willie Adames. Throw to first, and he's back in safely. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And that one popped in the air left field. Ward snags it on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Davenport gets it to first, and that is that. They get a lead. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball. And we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
He's 2 outs away. Tyler Wade, the next to hit for the Angels. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The Jays leading by 3 here in the last half of inning number 9. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. Taylor Ward getting ready to hit. Hit to right, and that should do it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays extend their winning streak to 5 in a row.
When you win 5 in a row, the confidence just goes to another level, and you start to gain this momentum, and you think that you're never going to lose a game again because things are clicking up and down the lineup. Pitchers are pitching. The team is making the plays defensively. This is the kind of feeling, it's not going to last all season long, but you want to ride it as long as you possibly can, perhaps push it up to double digits.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend set. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Angels. Well, Singy's trying to match the stellar performance by yesterday's starter. Looking forward to seeing what he's got today.
His teammate was lights out, Boog, in total command all game long. If he brings that.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go now. And on the mound today, Yusei Kikuchi. And Chris, he's hoping for some better fortune moving forward.
Well, Boog, something of interest to me is that this guy's really struggled when working out of the stretch, pitching with runners in scoring position. So the key for him is to attack hitters, try to get ahead in the count, and limit allowing runners on base. And if he can do that, I think that will help him to avoid those situations. Now, at some point, he's going to have to deal with them. And I think it's just one of those mental things that he's going to have to overcome.
Adames with some impressive production lately. Willie Adames stands in.
Nope, that's outside.
Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily. Ground ball up the middle. Fires over to first. And they get Adames for the out. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Adele snags it. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now 2 away. Anthony Santander at the plate. Swing and a miss.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And a 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1 hit, 1 left. Now the Angels will get their first crack at it. No score. Back here with my pal Singy. Our starter in this one, Cal Quantrill.
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low 3s. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles. They're trying to hit homers and draw walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out.
All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. It features a great veteran presence, Jorge Soler.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy is always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. New inning getting started, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
And a swing and a miss. One gone here.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now here is Ernie Clement. On the ground, 2 ball. There's one. Over to first, safe. Alejandro Kirk digs in now. There's a swing and a drive. And that one's gone. Home run number 5 on the season, and they jump ahead in the second. It's 2-0.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Adele settles under it and makes the catch. And that'll do it. The Jays get a pair on this homer. And it's 2-zip. Back here at Angel Stadium, Jorge Soler up at the plate. That one finds the zone. Now 1-2.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Got him. 1 out. So digging in, Taylor Ward. Next offering is in for a strike. And there's the ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not even going to think about him. That's a good thing.
That's a foul.
2 out, space is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Center field, Varsho. Hauls it in to end the inning. Ground ball, left side. Throws across the diamond and 1 away in the top of the 3rd. Willie Adames will hit next. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Got him swinging.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Trout makes the catch, inning over. So they make. Up the middle, Jimenez. Now the throw to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out. Here's Joe Adele. Oh, great grab on the dive. Gathers and throws, and they get the out.
Great cat-like reflexes right there. Lays out, knocks the ball down, and then fires with that rocket arm all the way across the diamond. Man, put this guy on the mound.
1-2.
2 outs. That one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swings and misses. And that's strikeout number 1. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. High in the air, out to right. Trout sizing it up. Puts it away for the out. 1 away. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Line drive to short and caught.
Yikes, that ball was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder when one of those things comes screaming towards you. Watch your lips.
Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. 1-2. Well, it was bumpy in the early going for the lefty. Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 4th. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Philip Davenport. It gets down, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Recognized the break on that pitch early, and that allowed him to keep his front shoulder in. You know, it's easy to bail on those front door breaking balls, but a great job right there of letting it travel, then unloading a nice balanced swing.
In the dirt, no advance, good job behind the dish. Left-hand batter waits, and ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, we've seen this recipe cook up a big inning plenty of times. 2 runners on, nobody out, and they're in the heart of their order. It's just a great opportunity to put up a crooked number.
That's out number 2.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
So now here's the DH, Jorge Soler. Davenport on third with 2 out. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to.
And a 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a ball popped in the air.
Now batting.
Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. In the air, left side. Hauls it in for the out. 2 down. Here's Andres Jimenez. Breaks his bat and pops it up. Drops into the glove, and that'll do it. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the left fielder, Taylor Ward. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Grounds 1 to short. Adames throws to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Zach Neto, the next to hit. Towards first, Guerrero. He takes it on his own. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. And next for the Angels, Ryan Noda.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Top of the 6th inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Willie Adames. Here's the pitch to Adames. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. And a quick out, number 1.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Hauls it in, and there's 2 away. 2 down, bases empty. Anthony Santander now at the plate. 1-2 here. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Darno on to first in time. So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
1 and 2's the count.
In the air, center field. Varsho right there to make the grab. 1 up, 1 down. So here's Darno with 1 out. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. So now back to the top of the order. So the batting order turns over. Philip Davenport getting ready to hit. Good feed. That's 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Brock Burke.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away. Here's Adam Frazier. He's got it. And there's 2 away. Down the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Swinging a foul straight back. High fly ball out to center field. Adele going after it. And that is that. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. There's a swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And lines out to third. Here's Mike Trout. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2.
1 and 2's the count.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Jorge Soler, the next to hit for the Angels. Soler having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. Brings it in for the third out. So the Angels turn to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Victor Gonzalez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And that one handled. Tosses to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Ward pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. 2 out, space is empty. And now here is Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. On to the bottom of the 8th. So in now for the Angels, Taylor Ward. And it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. Throws off target as he slides in with a double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
And now Zach Neto.
Oh, man, that stays fair. We got a new ball game. Great swing. Just couldn't keep it between the lines. He's got to try to bottle that. Do it again.
Stays alive. With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the air to left center. Makes the grab, one away. So up next, Ryan Noda. And he hits a ground ball right side, and that's a base hit. Ward headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single. It's 2-1. Angels making a move for a pinch hitter, Nolan Schanuel. And this is a big at-bat in this ball game. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1-2.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Brings it in.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Noda off of first with 2 away. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Blue Jays baseball on the show. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound, Robert Stevenson.
Going to be a tough matchup for him right here. Right-handed hitters have been having a lot of success against him so far this season.
So digging in, Willie Adames. Ripped to short. Tosses to first. Now 1 gone in the 9th. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Swing and a bouncer towards third. Zips it to first, and Guerrero is set down. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Anthony Santander. Up the middle, and that's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, he keeps the hitting streak going with that 9th inning knock right there. Coming through under pressure, and not the ideal way to get the job done, Boog, but it works.
You know, only once during DiMaggio's famous hitting streak did he wait till the that ends the inning, so we take a break. So one hit is all they get. To the bottom of the ninth we go. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
That misses, and the count now even up. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Brings it in. That's out number 2.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
So they're down to their final out. Here's Trout. 1 strike away. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
Well, with this 6th win in a row, all of a sudden, you start to look around up and down.